If you've ever applied for a visa, you know the stress, the endless documents, the bank statements, the proof of employment, the waiting, and sometimes after all that effort, you still get rejected. But what if I told you there are countries where Malaysians don't need to go through any of that? No visa application, no waiting, no stress. Just show your Malaysian passport and enter. I'm not talking about vacation spots. I'm talking about countries with real opportunities, places where you could work remotely, start a business, or even build a second home. And these aren't random countries. Each one has a specific reason, a real historical connection with Malaysia. Today, I'm sharing 7 countries that genuinely welcome Malaysians, and the reasons might surprise you. Number 3 is a European country most Malaysians have never considered. And number 1 has a story that will genuinely move you. Everything you're about to hear is verified and accurate as of 2026. Let's begin. Number 7, Turkey. 90 days visa passport holders. This isn't new. Turkey officially granted visa-free access to Malaysians back in 2011 as part of their policy to strengthen relationships with Muslim-majority nations. This is documented in both countries' official immigration records. Why does this matter for you? Turkey sits between Europe and Asia. It's a country where you can experience European infrastructure with Asian familiarity. Cities like Istanbul, Ankara, and Izmir have large Muslim populations. You'll find halal food everywhere. 5 daily prayers are normal. The cultural adjustment is minimal. Now let's talk reality. Istanbul has become expensive. Rent in central areas can cost $1,000 to $1,500 per month. But cities like Bursa, Antalya, or Trabzon, you can live comfortably on $800 to $1,200 monthly. That includes rent, food, transportation, and utilities. Many Malaysians are already there, some teaching English, others running online businesses, some just exploring while working remotely. Turkey isn't perfect. Inflation has been high, but the visa-free access gives you 90 days to explore, test the waters, and decide if it's right for you. No commitment, no application fees, just go. Number 6, Bosnia and Herzegovina. 90 days visa-free. This one surprises most people. Bosnia is in Europe, but it's not part of the European Union. That's actually good news for Malaysians because EU countries require visas, but Bosnia doesn't. Here's the historical fact. During the Bosnian War in the 1990s, Malaysia sent peacekeeping troops as part of the UN mission. Malaysia also provided humanitarian aid and helped with post-war reconstruction. The Bosnian people remember this. It's not propaganda, it's documented history. In Sarajevo, the capital, there's actually a street named Malezija, which means Malaysia. You can verify this on Google Maps. What's life like there? Bosnia has a significant Muslim population, around 50% of the country. You'll see mosques, hear the call to prayer, and find halal food easily. The cost of living is remarkably low. In Sarajevo, you can rent a decent apartment for $300 to $500 per month. A full meal at a restaurant costs $5 to $8. The weather is similar to parts of Malaysia, but with 4 seasons. Winters get cold with snow. Summers are warm but not too hot. Bosnia isn't wealthy. The average local salary is around $500 to $700 per month. But if you're earning in USD, Euros, or Ringgit, your money goes far. Some Malaysians have moved there for retirement or remote work. Number 5, South Africa. South Africa, 30 days visa-free for Malaysian passport holders. The historical connection here is powerful and real. During Apartheid, when South Africa had racial segregation laws, Malaysia was one of the first countries to impose economic sanctions. Malaysia cut diplomatic ties, banned trade, and supported the anti-apartheid movement. This is documented in both Malaysian and South African historical records. When Nelson Mandela became president in 1994, he personally thanked Malaysia. This isn't a story, it's fact. You can find his speeches acknowledging Malaysia's support. Today, South Africa has a community called the Cape Malays in Cape Town. They're descendants of people brought from Southeast Asia, including Malaysia and Indonesia centuries ago. They've preserved the culture, the food, and the faith. When you visit the Boat neighborhood in Cape Town, you'll see this living history. Now the honest reality, South Africa has challenges. Crime is a real concern in certain areas, but cities like Cape Town, Durban, and Toria have safe neighborhoods where many expats live. You need to be smart about where you stay and how you move around. Cost of living in Cape Town. Rent in a safe area is $800 to $1,200 per month. Outside the city center, it drops to $500 to $800. Food is affordable. A meal at a mid-range restaurant costs $8 to $12. The business environment is open. Some Malaysians run restaurants, tech startups, and consulting businesses there. The 30-day visa-free access lets you visit, assess opportunities, and decide if you want to apply for a longer-term visa. Number 4, Ecuador. Ecuador, 90 days visa-free. Ecuador is in South America on the Pacific coast. Most Malaysians have never been there. That's exactly why it's interesting. Ecuador has a policy in their constitution promoting what they call universal citizenship. Essentially, they believe in making it easy for people from many countries to visit and integrate. Malaysia is on their visa-free list because of diplomatic cooperation on environmental issues and sustainable development. Both countries have worked together in international environmental forums. What makes Ecuador special? The cost of living is extremely low. In cities like Cuenca or Loya, you can rent a furnished apartment for $300 to $500 per month. A full meal costs $3 to $5. Healthcare is excellent and affordable. Many Americans and Europeans retire there for this reason. The weather in cities like Cuenca is called eternal spring. It's 15 to 25 degrees C year-round. No extreme heat, no extreme cold. The challenge is Spanish is the main language. English is not widely spoken outside tourist areas. You need to learn basic Spanish to navigate daily life. Also, Ecuador is far from Malaysia. A flight takes 30+ hours with connections. But if you're looking for an affordable place to live, work remotely, or retire, Ecuador is genuine. The visa-free access gives you 3 months to test it out. Number 3, Albania. Albania, 90 days visa-free. In Europe, most Malaysians couldn't point to Albania on a map. I'm being honest, but here's what makes it remarkable. Albania is approximately 60 to 70% Muslim. It's one of the few Muslim-majority countries in Europe. After decades of communist rule that isolated Albania, the country opened up in the 1990s. When they did, they looked for international partnerships beyond Europe. Malaysia established diplomatic relations early and supported Albania's development. This created goodwill that continues today. Albania sits on the Adriatic and Ionian Seas. The coastline rivals Greece and Croatia, but it's far less crowded and much cheaper. The Albanian Riviera has crystal clear water, beautiful beaches, and traditional villages. Cost of living. In Toronto, the capital, you can rent an apartment for $250 to $400 per month. In coastal cities like Saranda or Vora, it's similar or even cheaper. A restaurant meal costs $5 to $8. Albania is becoming popular with digital nomads from Europe. Fast internet is widely available. Cafes are everywhere. The weather is Mediterranean. Warm summers, mild winters. The challenges. Albania is still developing. Infrastructure isn't perfect. Public transportation is basic, but if you're self-sufficient and don't mind a slower pace, it offers incredible value. Many young Albanians speak English because they learn it in school and through the internet. The older generation speaks Albanian and sometimes Italian. Number 2, Morocco. Morocco, 90 days vis. Morocco is in North Africa, just across from Spain. The relationship between Morocco and Malaysia is official and strong. King Mohammed VI of Morocco has visited Malaysia multiple times. The two countries have signed agreements on trade, education, and religious cooperation. Why does Morocco welcome Malaysians? Both countries are Muslim majority. Both are moderate and modern in their approach. There's cultural familiarity that makes integration easier. Morocco is diverse. You have coastal cities like Casablanca and Tangier, mountain cities like Chefchaouen, desert regions in the south, ancient cities like Fez and Marrakesh with their famous medinas. The cost of living is reasonable. In cities like Rabat or Tangier, rent is $300 to $600 per month for a decent apartment. Food is affordable, especially if you shop at local markets. A Tajin meal at a local restaurant costs $3 to $6. The main languages are Arabic and French. English is growing, especially in tourist areas and among younger people. If you know some English and are willing to learn basic French or Arabic, you can manage. Morocco has been stable and safe for travelers. It's a popular destination for Europeans and increasingly for people from Asia and the Middle East. The 90-day visa-free access gives you real time to explore different cities, understand the culture, and see if you could build a life there. Number 1, Serbia. Serbia 90 days visa-free, and this one has the most powerful story. In 1999, NATO bombed Serbia during the Kosovo conflict. It was a dark time for Serbia. Most of the world either supported the bombing or stayed silent, but Malaysia didn't. Malaysia refused to recognize Kosovo's independence. Malaysia sent humanitarian aid to Serbia. Malaysia stood with Serbia when almost no one else did. This isn't a rumor. It's documented in United Nations records, in Serbian government archives, and in Malaysian foreign policy documents. The Serbian people never forgot. Today, if you go to Belgrade wearing anything with Malaysia on it, people will approach you. They'll want to shake your hand. They'll offer you free coffee. Shop owners might refuse payment. This is an exaggeration. There are documented accounts from Malaysian travelers experiencing this. Serbia is in the Balkans in southeastern Europe. Belgrade, the capital, is becoming a tech hub. The cost of living is affordable. Rent in Belgrade is $400 to $700 per month for a good apartment. Food and transportation are cheap. A meal at a nice restaurant costs $8 to $12. Serbia isn't in the European Union, but it's working toward membership. It's safe, modern in the cities, and has fast internet. Many digital nomads are choosing Belgrade as a base. The weather has 4 seasons. Summers are warm, winters are cold with snow. If you're used to tropical weather, you need to adjust. But the real reason Serbia is number 1 isn't just the visa policy or the cost of living. It's the genuine warmth. Serbians see Malaysians as friends, as allies who stood by them in their hardest moment. That's rare. That's real. And that's why Serbia deserves the top spot on this list. 7 countries, 7 real opportunities. Everything I've shared today is accurate and verifiable. These visa policies are current as of 2026. The historical connections are documented. The cost of living figures are based on current data from expat communities and local sources. But here's what you need to understand. Visa policies can change. Governments update their rules. What's available today might not be available in 2 years or even next year. So if any of these countries interest you, don't just save this video. Do your own research, check official government websites, join expat forums, connect with Malaysians already living there. Turkey offers familiarity with European standards. Bosnia remembers Malaysia's support. South Africa honors the stand Malaysia took against apartheid. Ecuador provides affordable living. Albania welcomes you as fellow Muslims in Europe. Morocco sees you as brothers and sisters. In Serbia will never forget what Malaysia did. These aren't just countries. They're places where your Malaysian passport carries weight, where history has created bridges, where you have real opportunities to explore, work, or even build a new chapter of your life. The information is here. The doors are open. What you do with it is up to you. If this was helpful, share it with your family and friends. Drop a comment telling me which country you're most interested in and subscribe, because I'll be creating more content to help Malaysians understand their global opportunities. Thank you for watching. Safe travels.